Welcome. I would like to introduce myself. First, I want to let you know that I am a child of God. I am married to my best friend, have 8 children, blended in family, as well as 5 grandchildren. I want to speak briefly about the Father in Men Conference. That conference that we had here in 2021 opened my eyes. We had a lot of great speakers there, but it opens up a dialogue on what us men's fathers should be doing. I looked at it, even opened my eyes, even in the area where dealing with my own family. And I would like to share something briefly about things I have done wrong. In the ministry, one of the biggest things I was doing is saying, well, I'll put God first always, but I would put the ministry before my wife, my family. And I had to make a change in that. It's putting God first, my family second, and the ministry third. Also touched me in such a way on this year, on listening to some of the conference, it was very the first time that I really spend certain time with your children. I spend with mine. They mentioned in the conference that you could be at home every day on the weekends, but you're still not there. It came a day that my daughter asked me, my last child that I have out here, the baby, and she's my daughter, and she said, I want to spend some time with you today, Dad. I don't want to go to camp. My other daughter said she want to go to camp. And let me just share this real quick. I took the time, and me and my daughter, we went and had breakfast. We had breakfast at a restaurant. I'm not trying to promote any business, but we went to a restaurant, had breakfast. We went to another place and had fun in a jumping area. We went to the park. We got some ice cream. We had lunch. And let me just share this one thing with you. For the very first time that was the first time I ever took my daughter for a date. It felt strange to me. It was like a fish out of the water, but it was good. The Father Men Conference was really based off information what was brung to men's. And it really comes to a point that being a father or dad does not come with a manual. It's something that you have to learn from your father or your father. And some of us as men, we didn't have fathers around us. And if we do, some of us didn't have good role model fathers. But I would have to say that I had not one, but I had 2. I had my stepfather and my biological father, and both of them was just like my biological father. Both of them showed me love. But still, as a father, there was 2 things I had needed to learn. And there was other people and other programs that helped me walk through those steps. I realized that one of the things that Satan used, no, not one, there's a few things he's used, but he have a device. He's used this device and it destroyed marriages, family, churches, relationships. He used this device. And it doesn't matter what combination he uses, but it's there as a device. And these are things Satan used. If you can just take a moment and listen to this here. He used what? Money, drugs, sex, and time. He make us think that money is very important. There's so many people in jail today because they was chasing money by selling drugs or doing things out of the ordinary for money or for drugs, or they are on drugs. And then you look at the part of sex, is that most men would think about that is what you're looking at a woman, they lusting after her instead of showing that love and looking for love, because what you lust for today, you will lust for something different tomorrow. And that broke up so many homes. And I don't want to even get into the part of different areas that had broken up and those devices. But the key thing also is time. What I realized at that Father and Men Conference, it doesn't matter what I was giving my children time. I was giving them things. That's what I was giving them. material things, but I wasn't giving my time. In time, Satan used us where we're not spending time with our family, not spending time in the Word of God. And I'm going to tell you, most men don't even read the Bible until they're in jail. The purpose of Father and Men's in the training course is about to help rehabilitate us men's into the right place. It's a roadmap of helping us look in the areas that we need to go at and bringing these tools to us, like 24/7, 24/7 dad, the behavior of a dad, dad's on point, step by step. That conference done so much to me, and it's also done great to others because they still talking about it. I do know what God does. He brings us men together to do one thing and one thing only, is to change knowledge. So we have to come to a point now, what are we doing to help ourselves? I was born in New York City, live in a housing authority called the Polo Grounds in the deep of Harlem. I have an understanding when it's time not to have and don't have. Been there, wore the hat, bought the t-shirt. Understand that. So I do understand with some of those men that we get caught up. And sometimes you find that females thinking that they can raise these young men all by themselves. They can't. You know, there was a said there should be a father in every household that's following God to help our youth, our children get back on their feet and go the right direction. I pray to God for that conference. And he put that conference together and bring the right people. So there's information that's going to be helping you to walk the step. It's not a one-size-fits-all. That's why we have Real Men Talk, where we come together as men, have the conversations to talk. Us men are so separated. Why? Because we deal a lot about egos instead of focus on the mission that we should be doing. We have females out here trying to raise young men, and then they go to a whole direction. And as a young boy get around 12 years old, they get disrespectful and they do certain things anyhow. They mind wander. So it's really all about us coming together. The training course will help you understand yourself. We have to examine ourselves and find out what are we missing in the direction we need to go. Welcome you to the Crossing the Bridge Youth Mentoring. What is the mentor program about? It's about connecting us with one another, having trained mentors go through a training in helping you match yourself with a mentee. We all need somebody that we need to talk to. We all need somebody we need to work with. We need somebody we need to vent to. The Crossing the Bridge Youth Mentor, we've been existing for 2 years, helping young ones connect. We also realized we had parents, we helping the children, but we had parents needed help. So we put together, it's called Let's Talk Parents Discussions. I leave my phone number, also a way that they can contact me to have a one-on-one conversation. Who are we saving? If we save the child and lose them again by the parents, then we did nothing. Do we save the parents and the child goes so far, we lose the child? You have to get to the point of saving them both. Send them both together, how we can work with them. How we could bring some things together. So there's a training that we even bring towards Crossing the Bridge Youth Mentor. And their website is CTBYMT.org. That's ctbym.org. And I look at a mentor program that even myself have a mentor. I sit with a pastor. We sit down, and there's a few. I sit with them, talk with them, and you'd be amazed on conversation come back. I look at life in this direction. None of us have a map. None of us came with a manual. Not even a marriage came with a manual. But it's really good that we can have these programs, these events that we could come together and we can work together and bring it together and help one another. This is the purpose of bringing information, resource, network. We have a lot of troubled youth. There's trainings that we work with that help us, like the teddy bear training. They talk about children who've been molested and helping us to look through the eyes of that. We got dealing with children human trafficking. We deal with the mentor training. This training course, it gives a lot of information. We also deal with suicide prevention. There's people going through that kind of issue right now. Your child could be going through it. A family member could be going through it. How do you recognize the sign if you don't have the understanding of the training about suicide? Those dealing with mental illness. Those go out there running human trafficking. Those out there dealing with children who may have already been molested. And sometimes you start to hear information about children or people in general, and then you understand why they're going through it. But I will say one thing, and this is how I feel from my heart. When you give everything to God and you pray on it and come together, it's the key. The purpose of the Crossing of the Bridge Youth Mentor Program is not just for youth, it's for all. It's talking, it's dialoguing, it's saying what can we do or what information out there. I've been here in North Carolina for 16 years, and it's all about, to me, is what can we do to help people with, and what courses through the Crossing of the Bridge Mentor Program. I want to welcome you to the JR Ministry. We work along with these folks here and helping ministries grow. There's so many people have gifts and talents and God have given you. And a lot of times we try to bring it to people, but they can't understand. It's like you talking to the wind and helping your ministry take it to the next level. Finding what you need to do. Finding how you get a 501(c). I'm going to tell you, I didn't know what a 501(c) was. It was a young lady, I may have to call her name out, but she worked at the food bank, Miss Crystal. And when I was trying to get food and figuring out how this program worked, she said, you need to get a 501(c). It's like she was talking a different language to me. Had no idea what she was talking about. But there was Clark Stallings, my Christian brother. I brought it to him. He said, yeah, this was what you need to do. He didn't just tell me. Sometimes people just tell you, well, do this and go there and get that. No, he walked me through step by step. And that's how we was able to establish Churches Outreach Network with a 501(c)(3). And there's so many people need that status of understanding what it is, and talk about solicitation license, speak about getting a good accounting. All that plays a part in the training with our DRC ministry. There's so much information out here. What is my real purpose? I believe my real purpose is to connect with resource and network in our community. I believe that when there's issues in our community, there's got to be a way that we could come together. I want to speak again about the Father and Men Conference. The folks who was there We had our district attorney, Ferris Dixon, gave a lot of great information. And the only way you're going to find all the stuff I'm telling you, I'm going to give you the website. You got to watch the videotape yourself. We thought that the event was going to be about about an hour and a half. I believe it was 3 hours and 11 or 10 minutes, somewhere around that neighborhood. You had our Judge Blunt gave a great information. We have people like Dennis Gaddy, who runs Reentering, came down. And this is a Saturday now. Saturday morning at 9. Came down. Even when he had a boot on his foot, he came down, gave information. We had Ernest Lee for Pitt Community College. We had Mr. Robert Williams, who's helping with different information on finance and helping them. We have Ryan Ray, who was the president and the CEO from Job for Life. We have Mr. Tom, I can never get his last name right, so I won't say it at all, but he is the president of PINCO and the things he's done. And as the guest speaker was Clark Stallings, who gave a message to us all. And it wasn't because of Reginald Spate. He was our moderator to look at and line everybody up. A lot of information. Then we went further on that. We had 2 webinars. Out in Spartanburg, Georgia was one. Another one was Snow Mountain, Georgia. So it was Spartanburg, South Carolina, my apology. Another one was in Georgia. We had Dr. Calvin Ellison. And that's all on the website. And we also had Apostle Quick. If you go to the website, Father, all spelled out, fatherandmen.com, you will see the video. It's really all about what can we do to help our men get back on track. How do we work with mentor programs and getting the mentor programs working in your area? People are going through it. They've been going through it. Don't use this pandemic and saying people who's just going through it now. People have been going through it for years. I look at this here, to those who listen to this broadcast. What we're doing in ministry with Churches Outreach Network, Community Unity Network, Father and Men Conference, Crossing the Bridge, everything we're doing, we're helping the next generation. We're making that way because someone done it for us. We ask y'all guys for help. Be involved in y'all community. If you're lost, please reach out towards me. If there's anything that I can do that can help you, that makes sense, I'm here. I have my number on the screen. I will give it out. Well, I can't get them. Text me, call me, leave me a message. I'll get back to you. I only have one cell phone. There's some people I know got 2 cell phones. I only have one cell phone. Why? Because you should be able to call me. You don't need to call anybody else. You need to be able to call me and leave me a message. Text me, which is 252-717-9600. As we end this broadcast today, I am praying as this community and all community, when you know you need help, let's come together. If there's anybody want to get involved with the Crossing the Bridge Youth Mentor and you want to be a mentor, contact me, go to the website. Those want to do some help with the Father and Men's, because it's a part 2 now. We're bringing these courses on. It's a part 2. I'm not about I'm not about intimacy, belonging. I'm about mission. Get the job done. It's a part 2. For those who like to be a part of that, please contact me. Those in their ministries are trying to start their ministry. See, a lot of times we are trying to give our gift, and our gift is our baby that God gave you, is your gift, to somebody who don't care, who don't understand, or trying to profit on their own. My job is to bring the best out of you. My job is to show you the way. And the way is Jesus. My way to show you how it's done, what I have to do. It's all about paying it forward. And I thank God for the people who've been a supporter of Churches Outreach Network, who's there for us and help us. I don't forget it, because everything we do is we give back. We give back to those. I thank you for watching this broadcast. I'm praying that you receive. I will give the website again. Father and Men's is all spelled out. Father and Men, A-N-D, then MEN.org, fatherandmen.com. And then you have the Crossing the Bridge Youth Mentor is CTBYMP.org. And my number. God bless. I'll see you at the next broadcast.